What up, everybody? Ryan Bidoff here, blogging from Paradise. Before we dive into today's live broadcast, I want to invite you to check out blogging from paradise.com. Oh, shoot, that does look blurry. It is my blog. I sell blog books that I created and wrote. That offer you guidance on your blogging journey. So if you want smart blogging tips, make sure you stop by bloggingfromparadise.com. Check out the courses, check out the ebooks. Available bloggingfromparadise.com. And then I sell them through Gumroad and PayHip. All right, guys. Today I want to talk about a glaring problem I see in the blogosphere. And I'm going to start Facebook Live in a few moments, but I just like getting into these Twitter. Why got Twitter on mine? YouTube Lives first. Casual, informal chat. Right, Kesa? Oh, we got Kitty here. Caring for her in a house sit. Once again, I saw evidence of this blogging mistake, this blogging error on LinkedIn a few moments ago. I was checking my messages, and another individual made the same mistake, and it just happens all the time. And most bloggers are just completely unaware of the mistake that they're making. And it's this. They have in their mind this mindset that prevents them from running a genuine, real, authentic blogging business. They have a job that they think is a freelance business. They think it is, but it's not. It's a job because it requires their pure effort, their presence, their work to get not recurring payments, not passive, absolutely not. It's not passive income when it requires your work to get a client. So they're doing all this stuff, putting in all this effort. Individual on LinkedIn following up with me again. And I don't take it personally. I'm not upset at the person, but it's a big mistake because you have bloggers that don't run a real business, that don't generate any passive income. And the warning sign is, guys, that any money they make online requires their physical presence, their work. There's nothing passive happening with their blogging business. So they can't step away from it. Imagine if you want to make a penny, you have to be working for it. Imagine if you walk offline, you go to sleep, you stop making money. You run errands, you stop making money. You go on vacation, you stop making money. That's a job. That's not a business. Don't get it twisted. Don't call it a business. So I see all these folks on LinkedIn and really throughout Facebook, Twitter. I like saying Twitter sometimes because I am from northern New Jersey. I don't really talk like that. It's not until I say talk and coffee and ball. When I say coffee, when I say ball, dog, talk, you hear it a little bit. Talk. In all seriousness, guys, if you do not generate passive business when you step away from the laptop, you don't run a business. You have a job. And you got to really look at yourself honestly. Look at your blogging campaign honestly and say, yeah, I'm just like the guys and gals on LinkedIn. I'm doing the same thing where I'm blind pitching, coldly pitching strangers, cold pitch. So you're reaching out to a stranger. You have no idea what they want. There's just no effectiveness. You're not thinking it through, guys. You're not blogging really intelligently and effectively and like one with posture. You're trading time for money. The problem with this issue is that eventually you run out of money because you run out of time and you struggle, fail, and quit. And I saw an individual the other day. Hold on a sec. Let's get this Facebook Live up and coming, up and running and up and coming. Come on, Facebook. warning sign that you do not run a blogging business. Boom. And this is super duper common because the other day I saw someone, and again, this is just, hey, what's up, Facebook? How you doing, guys? Make sure you stop by bloggingparadise.com. We sell blogging courses and ebooks that I created to guide you with blogging tips on your journey. All right, now we can go down low and get the optimal light. But this individual on LinkedIn, I didn't run this last night, did I? Hold on a second. Oh no, June 7th, 8 p.m. Okay, cool. So fuzzy there. This individual on LinkedIn, and it's common, I've seen this happen many times, talked about needing to look for a job now, which is cool. That's fine. Because after running a successful freelance business for a bit, she ran out of money. She burned out. And that's common because her whole business was not a business. It was fully dependent on her active participation. So it was a job masquerading as a business. Bloggers, or I should say freelancers like this, they're not bloggers. They never run a blog. They never will generate the passive business around the clock that will keep increasing over time. That's the beauty of thinking passive business, building your blog, being patient, not panicking. Over the long haul, guys, all the content you put out there and relationships you've built that's highly targeted and quality will be in so many spots that your targeted readers will find it, future customers and clients, and they'll hire you or they'll buy your stuff. And especially when you're talking about like what I do, I create and sell blogging courses and ebooks. Then it's purely passive because people buy my stuff when I'm sleeping or traveling. And that's freedom. Sexy sticks, huh? Hey, sexy sticks here. Oh yeah. But that's a business, and offline business is how they work. Do offline entrepreneurs, do they manage their business for their entirety of their career dependent on their personal activity? No. They build businesses, they bust their tail to get it off the ground and to build it, but then they either sell it, make a lot of dough, make a lot of money, or it's just purely passive. So when they're sleeping, when they're on vacation, it's just racking up income. That's what a business is, a real business, a genuine business. If not that, if it's dependent on you pitching strangers on LinkedIn who have no idea what they want, and then you're following up, they're just entrepreneurs are wasting, well, they're really job havers. They're really basically employees who think they're running a business. They're wasting so much time and energy pitching strangers on sites that they don't own to send them to sites that they don't own if they're not bloggers. Bad idea. I mean, some have static websites, but you got to look at your strategy honestly and say, yeah, this is a warning sign. I don't run a business here because it depends on my efforts. If I make a penny, it's only because I'm online. Pitching people, pitching strangers, that's not a business. A business is when you build your blog. You build a blog, so not a static website, that actually passively generates business for you around the clock, whether you're online or offline. That's a business. It's an asset, a resource. It does the work for you, but of course, you have to really put in the work to do it the right way. And that's another important point. I'm not saying that I wrote and published one post on Blogging from Paradise and then I put my feet up. You have to really work intelligently, generously, patiently, and persistently for a long time without panicking, bailing, quitting this passive income business when there doesn't appear to be any passive income at all. There's no income, there's no money, but you have to keep at it and be patient. And over the long haul, when you're finally in a ton of highly targeted spots, then people will begin buying your ebooks and courses while you sleep. So you have to build it for a long time the right way. You go through a building phase where it appears to be a drought and not much is happening. And that's the point. If bloggers even get there where they panic. And I own that. I have been. For the rest of my blogging ride, though, and it's been this way for a bit, I'm seeing it through. I'm not doing that again, as long as I'm blogging. And there's a good reason. You see eventually when stuff happens passively a little more frequently, like, oh, shoot, it's just a matter of sticking with it and being in more spots where eventually just as a practical example, when you have written and published hundreds and hundreds of highly targeted, highly detailed posts and you're engaging in outreach and promoting yourself, those posts are going to be in tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of spots. So when you go to sleep and your blog is in 100,000 highly targeted spots where your potential customers and clients meet, just say potential customers, let's look at this purely passively, they buy it. So it's not a numbers game, of course, yet there's something symbolically in this idea of the more you think passive business and you build a blog, you build a blog, you build a blog, it will build a business for you when it's in all these spots that are highly targeted. So when 50,000 people are seeing your ebook page, then some are going to buy it in all these spots. You'll be sleeping. But you get to that point by sticking to the passive income business model for a long time and by creating a lot of helpful, highly targeted, thorough, in-depth, long-form blog content. Build your friend network too, and tweeting helpful blog content related to your blog niche, and broadcasting live on Facebook, broadcasting live on YouTube, by sticking with this gig for a very long time. It's just the way that it is. I mean, I wouldn't say very long time, for a while, for a long time. Just like every business owner who builds a real business. But you can't panic, pump the brakes, and sprint back to, well, let me now pitch 100 people a day on LinkedIn, 100 strangers, this groundbreaking business tool, like the individual who just on LinkedIn. And I love you, buddy, if you come across this on LinkedIn, but you're making a mistake because you don't have a business, because you're chasing someone who's not even targeted. Here's how you do it, my friend, and to all folks out there who are making this mistake. You build a blog, you publish a high volume of high quality, detailed, targeted content patiently, and you build your blogger friend network too through outreach. Okay? You don't panic, and you do that for a long time, and then the business comes to you. You write and self-publish ebooks and sell those, and you create courses and sell those. And when you're finally in a bunch of highly targeted spots, then passively, whether you're running errands, or vacation, or on a holiday, or even doing other aspects, working other aspects of your blogging campaign, sleeping, all that work you did and all those passive income streams you opened, or the passive income channels, they net passive sales. So you wake up to another sale. And that's an amazing feeling, because then you have freedom. You'll still be working your blogging business, but it won't require your presence to make a penny. See, those bloggers on LinkedIn and on Twitter and on Facebook that are just say, join my business, join my business, join my business. Any penny they make is 100% required on their active presence. It's a job. It's not a business. Because if they stop pitching, their business is dead. They have no blog. They have no resource. They have no passive income. It's not business. You can call yourself an entrepreneur. That's cool. You could say you've built a thriving business, but you wind up like that person on LinkedIn. And I've seen a lot of individuals go through the same exact thing. When you build a blog the right way, patiently, it will build business for you passively. You could be offline for a week, go on vacations, they forget it, and it will keep making money for you because you're stuck to that passive business income model and you created a lot of helpful content and you targeted it. So you didn't panic then you don't have to go get a job because your business makes money for you around the clock while you sleep. You have to bust your tail at it. And you also have to set up passive income channels, create and sell courses, write and self-publish and sell ebooks. And you got to really stick at it. And you got to really work at it. There's no way around it. Guys, I know it's not comfortable. I know it's not easy. I know it's so tempting to panic and to run back to doing the job thing of pitching strangers and doing all this silly active income, which is ultimately a job type stuff. And I shouldn't say silly, but it kind of is, because when you're pitching strangers on sites you don't own, there's nothing lasting. None of those pitch emails are making money for you around the clock, but a blog post does, or at least it drives traffic to your blog. And you got to do that the right way. And again, guys, this is the commercial, but it's true. That's why I created the courses for you. One of my courses is how to become a pro blogger in 5 steps. And I lay it out. So when you listen to the course, when you buy it, you stop by bloggingparadise.com and you buy it and you listen to the steps and you study them, then you get into the proper frame of mind. Oh, that's how I make money. That's how I generate passive business so I can enjoy life offline. Meanwhile, you have so many bloggers that are just wasting years pitching strangers. They have no idea what they're doing. They're pitching strangers on sites they don't own. And the shelf life of these pitch emails and pitch messages and pitch comments is 0. Nobody sees them, it dies, and you've wasted work. You have no passive income. Nothing's building business for you. It's entirely dependent on your physical activity and presence, which is a job. And I saw that woman on LinkedIn, and I'm like, I've seen that so many times. I've been blogging for 15 years. I made the mistake myself. Not really pitching as much, but just not thinking passive and long term. I'm here to teach you today, to guide you, to remind you that you'll wind up, and there's nothing wrong with getting a job. It's not a matter of saying, oh, that's a bad thing. It's actually a wonderful thing to help people, to serve, to generate income. It is. Yet her mistake was totally preventable. If she built up a job through her business, or built it up or worked it, eventually she was gonna burn out. The income was gonna dry up. That's just how those type of businesses work. If she had built up a content-rich blog over those couple years instead of pitching strangers through social media, then that blog would have been sending her nonstop clients. And she'd been making money doing what she loved doing. And then you don't have to go get a job when your blog is making money for you. See, that's how a business works. When your business, your blogging business, your blog, all the work you put into it is sending customers and clients to you around the clock. Do you have to go get a job? No, the blog's making money. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. You're just helping people with the service you offer. Now that's the freelance model. If you really want to ramp it up, create passive income channels and bust your tail. Tap to invite on your blog and think really passively and publish really detailed content. Don't panic. Put more posts out there. Share them along channels. You can broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube to spread the word. Then when you step away from your blog and you're making money, it's a nice feeling, because then you enjoy the freedom. Then you could circle the globe and time zone changes make no difference. Like now I'm in Saigon in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, often referred to as Saigon, but it doesn't matter that my readership is all around the world, but that the majority of it right now it's 10:45 here, so it's 11:45 p.m. East Coast time in the States. They may not see this live broadcast, which is, I don't mind because everything's through my blog ultimately. But the blog around the clock just keeps generating traffic, keeps drawing in interested readers, loyal readers, potential customers of my blogging courses and blogging ebooks. So you see, you become independent of time. You could just go along to work when you want to work, do what you want to do when you build it up. And then since it's a real business, it generates passive income, passive traffic, passive potential business. It's quite simple, but it's uncomfortable to get to that frame of mind because most bloggers, freelancers, but most online entrepreneurs, and you see it from the strategies, think like an employee, hustle, meet a ton of people, me, based on my effort, They don't start a blog that will be generating passive income for them around the clock. And then you know what happens, guys. Burnout, failure, quitting. Maybe you've been through it. Maybe you've been like that woman on LinkedIn the other day or so many others that just, it's dependent on your hustle. And then when you burn out and the money goes down, then you're like, I gotta get a job. It was a nice run, but I can't do it anymore. Totally preventable. If you build a blog, then that brings the business to you. There's an aspect of surrender, an element of surrender that you have to understand emotionally. You have to let go. You have to think with a vision. So instead of saying, this didn't work, you have to really keep churning out that long form targeted content, build your blogger friend network, share the post across a wide range of channels. But eventually there's these tipping points where you're in a bunch of areas. And all the content you created through your blog and through social media as a funnel, directing customers and clients to your blog, that will help you run a real business, a genuine business, authentic business that generates passive income. So then you step away from it, you're sleeping, keeps making money for you. It's almost like you eventually hand most of your responsibilities, or it could be all when you really slay it, but most of your responsibilities and work to the blog, which then makes the money for you, but it's only because you gave a decent chunk of your blogging career to publishing a passive income blog. So you work on the blog and really make it outstanding, be really patient, don't panic, and open the passive income channels, then it works for you. Becomes an extension of you. And that's how all businesses work. When you see some passive income models online, but when you look at the offline world, you get it. Entrepreneurs are not micromanaging and pitching. They're building something sustainable, passive. And you look at, obviously, icons like Jeff Bezos. They really work at it, but it's always passive oriented. So you build something just massive like he did, not like he did, but you get it. It's not dependent on him being in front of a computer for 30 years. No, he put in a lot of time and work. But then you look at it now, it passively generated one of the world's great fortunes. Like, think more like that. Like, create something like an ebook, write an ebook and self-publish it, sell it, or a course. And then let me build up the site and have it in a ton of targeted spots so people buy it. And it sounds simple, but it's actually highly uncomfortable for most of us because we have a lot of fear. And that fear gets triggered when things don't appear to be coming together and we panic, and then, not good. That does not work out. But if you're really willing to honestly say, and this is a warning sign, I don't generate passive business. My money online, my business depends on my efforts. I have to move away from that. And I've worked with, when I was coaching, worked with clients who that was their discovery, the realization, like, oh shoot, I'm doing a lot of trading here. Oh no, I'm only trading time for money. It's not the answer, guys. Guarantee you. I've been through it myself as well, and I've seen a lot of bloggers go through it. So think passively, and you will position yourself to really develop posture with your blog. You won't panic. You'll build it because you see the potential, and then you'll open those passive income channels. And then you can enjoy the freedom of living the internet lifestyle, of making money while you sleep or while you're going out to eat. And you'll still be working on your blog, but when you want to. It'll still be probably, it'll be daily. Yet it's just such a different mentality when you're like, oh, I have fun publishing content to doing these few things, and I'll step back and enjoy life offline. And you enjoy life online too. It takes the pressure off. Because it's not about you and your work to make a penny even, or to make whatever you're making. Let the blog make the money for you. Work on the blog and then let it work for you. Be patient. Don't panic. Think passive, guys. That's it for today. Time for some lunch. Early lunch here in Saigon because I skipped breakfast. Well, I wouldn't say skip. Or intermittent fasting. We saw a little Vietnamese coffee, which is so good. By the way, a little sweetened condensed milk. Oh. Stop by bloggingfromparadise.com where I sell blogging courses and blogging ebooks that I've created to guide you on your journey. If you enjoy these videos or my blog posts, invest in the course. Please check it out. Invest in an ebook or check it out and see obviously if it resonates with you, and if it does, invest, buy, and enjoy, and use and succeed. Love you guys. Until next time, talk about Facebook, and I'll see you later on YouTube.